Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Live with Plants. I'm Liv. Today we have a special feature. I want to start doing a series on this channel with my friends, basically going through plant tours of their collections and kind of getting an idea of why they're into plants and what type of plants they love the most and why. Just kind of to give you guys an idea of everybody else's specific preferences for plants and to kind of expose you to some different types of plants as well. So stay tuned and we're gonna get this first episode of this series rolling. So today everybody, I have my best friend Sierra here.
Hey guys, what's up?
We've been friends since we were in 5th grade and yeah, it's been a long time we've known each other. So just recently, during the beginning of the pandemic, I got Sierra a little interested into plants and it has become a full-blown addiction for her. More than most. We're gonna go through her collection today and kind of see her favorite plants and get an idea of where she started and how far her plants have come from the beginning of this. Why she loves this so much. I mean, once you see her collection, it's been under a year since she's started, and
Yeah, it has been under a year.
And it's really extensive. So why don't you just tell them kind of why you got into plants and why you have just completely taken up this obsession.
So for me, having as many plants as I do, once we kind of like walk around a little bit and show you, I have a lot of plants, but I just love them so much. I love having all the green around me. I had almost no plants before I got into like this little bit of addiction that I have, and now my whole backyard is just full of plants, and I have this one right here to thank. But definitely, like, I just love having them around me. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel like a plant mom.
So tell me about your plant stand here, because this is a project you've been working on recently.
So, one of my favorite things also about my plants is my plant stand. So I just recently put all of this together. I had an ugly metal rack here, and I was like, it's time to spruce it up. So this is definitely one of my key points where I show off all my plants. I love taking pictures, and all my babies are here. And definitely my favorite corner of the house.
And you guys stained the wood?
Yes, we did.
I love the stain on it. It looks really good.
I love it too. It's like definitely a little orangey, and it complements it so well. It makes all of my plants pop, and it just makes me so happy when I come out here. Oh, I love looking at it. Like, it's crazy, actually. It makes me favorite plants. But I also, something that helped me get into plants was definitely cactuses. I started with cactuses. They're the easiest, I feel, because you know, you can kind of forget about them a little bit and they're still okay. But then once I got into more, you know, meaty plants, it's still like my love for them has only grown. Like they just,
it's like another level. It's like it's evolving
really
horticulturally.
is.
So our first specimen for kind of the cacti tour we're about to do, this is a feather cactus.
My baby right here.
These are really cool because they have these soft leaves, modified leaves on the outer edge.
And a lot of times after they have a little bit of time out, they turn purple.
Which is really cool. So this cactus has a milky sap. It's really easily propagated by cuttings, also graftings. This one Sierra's actually holding is from my mother cactus. I have one of these at home as well. And just go ahead and tell them kind of how you got it to grow, because it did not always look as thick and as full as it did.
So I got this cactus, when I got it, it was literally just a single one, just like this, and it was about this tall, so like it's grown this and all of this. And when I first got it, you can kind of see right here where there was naked. And when it's connected to the mother plant, sometimes they get a little naked, right, when they get taller. So then I thought it took a while, definitely a while for it to start growing. And then I cut him. You can't really see it because he started growing babies over it. But I cut him from right here and just planted this guy, and he has just taken off, like growing so pretty and beautiful. All his feathers are intact, like definitely one of my favorite cactuses.
And then just throw it up towards the camera here. So for our second round here, he almost hit me. We got, this is a fairy castle cactus, one of my personal favorite cacti. I have one at home that I've had for 3 years that's giant. This one I've seen grow tremendously in the time Sierra's had it. They're very easily propagated too. I probably have given cuttings of this to every single one of my friends for their birthdays.
I started out with one, but mine did not survive. I was having a very hard time. It ended up rotting. It was raining a lot, so I ended up just buying a whole new one, and this guy is just doing so much better. It already has, like, you know, root system established, so love that baby.
And that cactus Sierra's holding there, that is a variety of Optunia. We call it old man cactus. Her and I went to the nursery one day and just saw them, and we had to get matching cacti. They have these really cool modified, bring them up to the camera, show the people, modified leaf here. I believe it's a type of leaf, or maybe a modified something. But yeah, they're very furry. You can touch them. They do have a little bit of spines to them, but
as you get like closer to the base and stuff, but they're a lot smaller and harder to see, so be careful when you go touching them because you'll get hurt.
And we found that they're also very easily propagated by cuttings.
I have like 6 of these guys now.
Same. They are very prolific growers. So if you're looking for a very unique, cool cacti, these are 2 really unique ones. So this giant cacti here, this is a Cereus rapindus, or a queen of the night, actually native to Florida. That is what this tattoo here is actually modeled after, is literally the picture of the mother cactus that we took this from. We ended up propagating it before I moved away. I had a propagation of this. It did not survive too well because I don't have enough sun.
This motherfucker heavy.
Yeah, we're gonna put it down real quick. But that is the largest cacti she has, and
growing.
Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger, and they're night blooming, and they have these really beautiful big flowers.
Huge, beautiful. I remember, so what's it called? It's pretty much this much of it has grown. All of this from here up is all new growths from since I had planted it. And
Which
it just amazes me every time I
probably about 4 or 5 months ago that we came into collection of this. So stay tuned. We are about to get into the second half of this plant tour. These were just some cacti succulents, and I think we're gonna do hanging baskets next. So I'll show you the best of the hanging baskets.
Which is the best of the best?
Would you say is kind of your favorite genre of plant, or the plants that you are buy the most of because you just can't stay away?
So for me, I kind of don't have like a specific kind of plant that I really love, but I love all of them that trail. So I am a huge trailing hanging plant. Like I have so many hanging plants all around. Like I have like hooks on each totem pole, and there's a hanging plant on every single one of them. So hanging plants, cactuses, foliage plants, philodendrons, like pretty much anything that trails, hangs, climbs. Probably one of my favorite plants.
This is Sierra's first plant.
This is my baby, right?
This is actually, it started as a cutting of my pearls and jade, but it lost its variegation, and
you can kind of see some variegations, very small, but like it's not a lot, you know.
It's definitely not the color of the pearls and jade. So yeah, sometimes they lose their variegation. It's odd, but it wasn't growing well for a really long time, and then she ended up repotting it, and it just absolutely took off. So starting with hanging baskets, this guy here, this is a type of carnivorous plant.
It eat the buggies in your backyard.
It is a pitcher plant. You can see they have these really cool, unique, I think this is type of like their flower, I don't know. But basically it has digestive enzymes in here, and the bugs are attracted to the scent and crawl in and become digested. And this here is Sierra's Crimson Hoya Queen. Very beautiful. It's a type of succulent, so they're very unique in the way that they grow. They can handle a little bit of a drier texture of the soil.
I love this guy so much. He's just so pretty, and I just want to look at him all the time.
And you see the new growth here, if you want to show it, comes out with this beautiful pinkish crimson color, which is where you get part of the name from.
And then as it matures, it turns white.
Yeah, it has that beautiful variegation to it. And then we're gonna show you what's up next. So for our second hanging basket shot, here we have two cacti succulent types. If you want to get out of the shot real quick so I can show them how giant this thing is. This is monstrous.
That's my baby.
Come on in.
He's that hurricane cactus, those swirly swirls. You can see them real good in there.
And they have these really cool kind of, I guess those would be their spines, but
they actually are soft. They actually don't really have spines. You can, well, they have little tiny ones, but they don't hurt. And these are like little yellow flowers, so when they bloom, these little white things will turn into little yellow flowers, which is really freaking cool. That I didn't know about it until I purchased it and had it for a while.
and why don't you show them this beautiful thing?
So this is my ruby necklace. He is not bald on top. He is flourishing. Like, look at that. And he has these amazing looking little yellow flowers. Where's one? There is one. So he has like bright pink vines with green little leaves and yellow flowers. One of my faves. Love him.
And what about plants would you say is the most rewarding thing to you?
The most rewarding thing for me as a plant mom is definitely watching my babies grow. It's, I just love it. Like, I love when I go and look around at all my plants and I just see new babies, new growth. Like, it is just something that makes my heart flutter a little bit, you know what I mean? I just love it. It makes me feel good.
Would you say that like plants in a way helps your mental health and
Oh, definitely.
helps you
100%.
I don't know, learn kind of the structures of like patience and stuff?
I would say 100%. Plants definitely it's like a therapy to me. Like, I come outside when I'm feeling stressed or anything, I just put my hands in the dirt with all my plants, and it just makes me feel so much better. Like, it's calming, it's so calming. Like, repotting and trimming, watering, just everything having to do with them. It's just therapeutic.
Now we're going to talk about some of Sierra's aroids. Here we have just your common alocasia. I actually gave her this as a little propagation about this size.
And now it has its own baby, the same size that she gave me this one at, which is crazy.
He's looking pretty exclusive,
He's
but
looking good.
not as exclusive as
The exclusive Supreme Pie right here. Like, oh my gosh, look at those colors right there. It's all white and green and light green.
and that is a variegated alocasia.
Yes,
Go ahead and
ma'am.
show him that top leaf there.
Yes, this new growth that just came out, pretty much almost completely white with a little bit of green. And this was like an all white one. He's starting to kind of go, but he's getting a new one, so that's why. Usually one will die and another one will pop up.
Super easy, a very lovely tropical. Alright, here we have some more aroids in Sierra's collection. I have here the Black Magic Calocasia, and she has a variety of caladium there.
Very pretty.
Caladiums are annuals, so every year they are going to die back. There are some varieties that don't die back, but most of them do. They live in bulbs under the ground, and each year the bulb will get bigger. So every year that it opens, your leaves will just get bigger and bigger. Calocasia is different from alocasia in the way that calocasias usually take full sun or more sun than alocasias do. But yeah, here's some more aroids in her collection. Sierra's largest plant. This is the Monstera deliciosa, very popular plant.
My Monstera Delicious, this is what I call my big baby right here. This is probably one of my biggest plants, and she a hoe. She got all them hoes, you know what I mean?
And how easy is it to propagate this plant?
So this guy is almost really freaking easy to propagate. I literally just cut a little piece off, put him in water for about 2 months, and then I planted him, and this is his own little plant right here. And this is his mom. Like,
and you can see it has all these new leaves. This is a super prolific grower, and there's a very obvious reason why it has the popularity that it does.
He is just so beautiful. His foliage is so big, and it's just so beautiful. That's why I feel like so many people are drawn to it. It's just such an interesting looking plant. And I feel like I learn something new about them every single day, so that's also another reason why I love them. Like, I feel like I'm always learning about them. And then, like, if I have a question, like, I'll just call Liv really quickly. Liv, this plant is doing this, this, and this. What do I do? What's wrong with it? What do I need to give it? And like, she'll just give me all the answers I need, and that's love.
A lot of Sierra's collection has actually started as cuttings and propagations from my own collection, and that's one thing I really love about plants is how much you can share them, and especially when you find the right people who really are into plants like you are, like you can just do so many exchanges and just expand both of your collections so much. And
Friendsgiving with plants.
So to conclude this video, we're going to be showing you some of my favorite picks from Sierra's collection. This here is the Madagascar palm. I was with her today that she bought this beautiful plant, and it was a lot smaller than it is now.
Like literally right here, and so it's pretty much growing like all of this up here.
And you can see it has these really beautiful leaves. They have a little bit of a pink to the center. And the underside of the leaf is actually really, really soft. But yeah, they're super unique, and honestly one of my favorite plants. I want one myself. Hopefully it'll grow a pup one day so she can give me some. My favorite plant of Sierra's because I gave her this as a little plant about this size. You can see it's the size of my fingers. Look at the size of this.
It is bigger than Mama's hand.
Absolutely beautiful. This is a donkey's ear kalanchoe. It's a type of succulent. And we've seen it through all of its cycle so far. Here's its blooms. And as you can see, go ahead and stand next to it, Sierra. This thing is crazy large. Like, the whole thing doesn't even fit in the camera. But yeah, super easy plant to grow. Amazing propagator. It asexually propagates from its leaves. So all of these are just essentially little baby calanchoes that you can give away. And yeah, we're gonna wrap this video up. And that is gonna conclude our video for today. I really hope you enjoyed going through a little bit of Sierra's collection with us. There's definitely a lot more to cover, so let me know if you want a part 2. We'll go through a little bit more of them. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you liked it, please go ahead and like and subscribe and share as much as you can. And I'll see you next time. Thank you guys for watching. Video for today. I hope you enjoyed going through a little bit of Sierra's collection with me.
Capuchin.
Modeled after. They are native to Florida. Sierra